Hello, Gemini Seeker. Welcome back to the Existential Shift. If you're new, my name is Morgane. Such a pleasure to have you here. We are in the Existential Shift, and you're like, yeah, I got it. I pressed the play. I'm in your channel. I mean globally, energetically. Think of the meaning of the existential shift. There's a reason why I termed this term an existential shift. It's exciting. Are you excited, Gemini? This will be a reading for July. Venus today, as I'm recording this, has went direct. High Priestess. In your sign, Gemini. It was retrograding in Gemini, and now it's direct. People forget how spiritual the Geminian duality is. Spirituality is the search of uniting the yin and yang, of uniting the extremities, of uniting the twins. That's what you're here to do in your highest regards, Gemini. Yeah, there are devolved Geminis that give a bad rep to the mofo Gemini of being everything that they say about you. But that's not my seekers. And if you are, well, this is when you shift into your best self by learning what you can be. High Priestess is the keeper of secrets. She's holding the Torah, the book of knowledge and of wisdom. They're the sign of philosophy, of knowledge, of higher learning, of communication, of language, of spreading information, of teaching and learning. You are the student and the teacher. One of your twin is an internal student, and the other twin is an eternal teacher. And you learn and teach from yourself, within yourself. Ah, the neurotransmitters in your mind. And when we have Venus in Gemini, let's say you have it in your natal chart, or now when we have it, collectively. Yeah, it could be a social butterfly that flirts with everyone. Okay. But it's also the idealism and the philosophy of love. Love ought to mean something. Love ought to inspire us and lift our spirit and lift our mind and expand our consciousness. That's what Venus and Gemini is. And it was retrograding. It was going inner. You were going inside. You were, what is love? What is life? Who am I? What am I? Oof. And now that it's going direct, now you feel like you know. It's not just today, throughout the month, especially when it will go sometime into Cancer, I don't remember when, where you'll get to live that knowing and be completely immersed and engulfed in it. But before that, what is love for you, Gemini? It's okay to think it. It's okay to think your feelings, and it's okay to feel your thoughts. That's enlightenment, where the brain and the heart connect, where the neurotransmitters between the right lobe and the left lobe. And that's what the High Priestess does. Convey with the neurotransmitters in the heart. And you're like, neurotransmitters in the heart? Yeah, love. There's 40,000 cells in the heart that are thinking. And they have neurotransmitters that transfer information. The heart is also a type of mind. It has its own thinking process, except it's not dual. Check. I'm not making this up. There's also an electric spark in the heart that sparks and makes the heart beat. If you've been around my channel for a while, maybe you've heard me talk about it. You know why the heart beat? Because of that electric spark. We don't know where that electric spark is coming from. maybe from Anima Mundi. Think these thoughts, Gemini. Imagine. We are done as a collective with karmic, heavy, painful, psychological, gunky love. We've been in the loop of painful relationship with deep soulmates, with soul contracts that ought to teach us and help us evolve. But now that you're starting to grasp what love is and what it could be, the good, the bad, and the ugly, in a way that feels good, that both twins align and agree with. A lot of you had major realizations when Venus was retrograding in your sign. And it's okay to bring back to yourself that sense of awe and fantasy that you had as a child, as a kid. When they say that Gemini is like the sign of the child, it's not like from being childish. Yeah, of course Geminis can take it there, but it's the beginner's mind of the child. It's the sense of awe at the world. It's being open to learning everything. It's believing. It's knowing that what you feel is true. It doesn't matter how sarcastic around you the world is. You're coming into your reading holding secrets, holding wisdom. You're not sharing yet. You're processing, maybe you're writing, maybe you're planning, fantasizing. And picking up the sense of awe that you had as a child, Gemini, is coming back now. And go with it. Don't be scared of it. The High Priestess speaks of also fear of the unknown. But once we walk in the dark, our eyes get used to it. And then it's not shadows that we see, it's magic. This is celebration of femininity, of women, of Venusian energy, of inner beauty, of outer beauty. Maybe you're part of a group of women. Maybe you're teaching a group of women. Maybe you're learning something new about your own femininity. Maybe it's by reading books. Maybe it's by dancing. It doesn't matter how you express it or how you go about it. As long as it's true to you and as long as you really enjoy it. Three of Cups is a card of joy. There is a sense of ancient wisdom and occultist wisdom of women that is kind of waking up in you. I recently learned something about the Freemasons, that originally it's only for men. It's supposed to be about spirituality and ancient wisdom and occultism, and you're taking away of the equation the thing that symbolizes these things, women. We are the keeper of secrets, boys. Are you jealous? That's why you're excluding us? You can't get anywhere. Do you remember you came out of our womb? You came out of our vagina. You're welcome. Your heir, your child, your future generation will also come out of our vagina. You're welcome. Oh, you think you can do it without us? So cute. Let's see them try, huh? You're on a roll, Gemini. This is another card of alchemizing dualities. This is fire and water being alchemized into new material. This is a card of making the impossible possible. Yes, love, harmony, patience, cute, okay. But it's the card of the alchemist. Combined with the feminine magus, connect to women around you, Gemi, whether you're a man or a woman, and learn about their wisdom and connect with it. Maybe have a gathering, maybe have a party, maybe just have a good conversation with your girlfriends. If you're a man, learn about their wisdom. Learn about your woman's wisdom, your sister, your mother, your daughter, your female fur baby. It will give you wings. She will give you wings. It's the ability to love unconditionally with temperance here. It's Isis, the goddess of unconditional love, and she had very Hermes vibes. She was also a messenger to the gods, but only to Hera, if I'm not mistaken. She was also able to communicate between the Olympus, the gods, and the kingdom of mankind. But she brought messages of love, of unity. This reading is giving me the chills, Gemini. Sorry. You're connecting between people, Gemini, possibly between women, but doesn't have to just be women. It could be through the wisdom of the divine feminine, connecting people. If anything, it will be blessed to have men be a part of it and partake, because we want them for the ride. We want them a part of it, not out of it. This isn't about suppressing the masculine. It's about eliminating the toxic masculinity. And that's happening right now. Saturn, Capricorn, Pluto, they're doing their dance in the sky, and they're making shit happen, and they're collapsing the dogma. And the South Node in Sagittarius, I believe, collapses the dogma of religion. In the next year and a half, right now we have all these, the medical field and the governments, they're all being shook and be like, you're not good enough, improve. That's when the South Node was in Capricorn. The system of the dogma of the patriarchy was really challenged, but now when it goes into Sagittarius, it will break down the dogma of religion that claims to own spirituality. But you need no messenger to talk to the gods. You are the human, and you are the god, and you are the messenger. It's all in you, multi-layered. Religion is spiritual, but spirituality isn't automatically religious. And I believe that is the thing that is next to come down. Corrupt, religious, spiritual leaders will be exposed. The good ones will be on a pedestal, right? North Node in Gemini. I know so many spiritual gurus and spiritual teachers that are Gemini. My first tarot teacher was a Gemini. Teal Swan is a Gemini. I can name so many. It's just... tap into that. The North Node is one to bring you there in Gemini. It wants to get you there. Venus being direct right now in Gemini wants to get you there. Allow yourself to think these high thoughts of spirituality and love, and convey them to your environment. Open that channel. Start that blog. Write it on your social media. You know how to write. You're great with language. You're great with words. Can this get any better? The Sun and the Queen of Wands. More fire, more positive divine masculinity is joining this reading. Awareness with fun. The Queen of Wands, she's a leader. The Queen of Wands with the Three of Cups, with the High Priestess, this could be a gypsy, this could be an oracle, this could be an occultist, this could be a healer, this could be someone that works with groups of people, someone that is very good with animals. This is animal whisperer, communicator with animals and communicator with women. There, you might have very strong fire placements in you, and those are triggered now to bring forth in a fun, vibrant way what you know and what you can do. Whether you're a man or a woman, by the way. But if you're a man, you might be very deeply affected by a woman that is like that throughout this month of July, if I haven't said so. But August is coming in strong. Leo season is coming in strong. This could be the next 3 months even. Oh my God, I can't believe, I'm sorry, I should not be forgetting this. Thank you to, I will continue in a second. Thank you to all my seekers who have been speaking about feminine Venusian vibes. Thank you to all my seekers who have been voting every day to put us on the cover of Maxim magazine. If you're not familiar, it's a global magazine, and yours truly is nominated to be on the cover. But it requires your votes and your support. So those of you who know what I'm talking about, the quarterfinals are just around the corner. They start from July 6th to July 16th included. It's 11 days that I need you to rock and roll and vote every day to get us to the semifinals. Okay, and it's for free. If you're hearing about this for the first time, if you're new to my channel, voting is free. The link is below. You do so every day, every 24 hours. People have made sticky notes and created daily alarm reminders, and I'm so overwhelmed and excited. And thank you for making this happen. We are going to bring forth the existential shift further, wider, and bring the men that will look at me on the cover here to also listen to me. Yeah, let's give an oomph to the rise of the divine feminine. Let's bring forth this aspect of her. All of us badass women need to be in the forefront right now. And this is really connecting to your reading. Men, you gotta put us in the front right now. Look at the countries that are dealing with the situation right now best. They're led by women. Look at New Zealand. I don't want to go into it too much. I don't want to be flagged. You know how it is right now with this platform. But men support us. Women support each other. You've got to be a fan of one another. Not the time to compete over a guy. Mm-mm. If you find yourself in a situation like that, when someone treats you like an option, you gotta join forces with the women. Unless the woman is nasty and is doing that to you and is kind of trying to infiltrate between the two of you. That's something different. She's not a fan of women. Fuck it. But otherwise, don't compete with each other. Connect. We need to teach them to treat us like we've been treating them. When a woman loves a man, she makes him into a king. She puts a crown on his head. Good women. I know lovelies. I know some women can be bitches. I'm sorry. But don't take that as an example of women. You know how women can love. It's time for men to learn to love back. They've learned for a long time how to play it, how to use it, how to manipulate it. Let's face it, because a lot of us have enabled it. Anyone who treats you like an option, from now on, make sure that they're no longer an option unless they change their behavior. This is not about punishment. This is not about being bitchy. This is about men having honor and women having dignity. You can't expect a man to honor you if you don't have dignity. And men, you can't expect your women to have dignity if you don't honor them. Success, fun. If you're a performer, you're going to be in the spotlight. I feel like you're going from behind the veil, from being behind the scenes, either planning, creating, writing, initiating, to being in the front and showing it. Like showing your work, showing your craft, what it is that you've been practicing. It's like the opening of the curtains. First act. You've been rehearsing, you've been writing, all that. Because Leo season is coming up strong, for some of you it will be either the end of July or August itself. Most likely after Mercury goes direct on the 12th of July. I can't with this reading. Here you are, Gemini, the lovers. Wow. You are highly encouraged now by energies, by your own higher self, to choose your path and walk in that direction. A lot of you are entering through the portal of your destiny, of what it is you're meant to do in your life. Those of you who already do their life work, it will take the next step. You will be brought forward. An important turn in the road. And if you have not, you are being really strongly guided to be put on it. And it will require choices. Choices that have to do with what your heart desires, what you want to do, what your dreams are. Your sexuality is coming up strong, Gemini. Something about really connecting to your sexuality, to your femininity, if you're a man, and to your masculinity, or to the woman, or to more so to the femininity with your partner or with the woman you're involved with. The feminine getting to know herself in that way and allowing the masculine to know her in that way as well. It's coming up really strong. Yeah, now I'm picking up on very sexual energy here. So some of you might experience a connection with a romantic partner, someone you're involved with, that will be very intense sexually, but in a good way, that will help you connect to yourself. 10 of Cups. Okay, so it's more than just a sexual encounter. It's meaningful. It's full of heart. It's full of emotion. It's full of love. Ace of Swords. Can this reading get any better? There's something you're supposed to do, Gemini, in the world, and you've been working as best as possible with yourself and with your own knowledge to get there. But now you need your tribe. Now you need your tribe and or your partner to take it forward. The connection with them, the community, the interaction of the energies, the transmutation and alchemizing of the different energies of the different people involved, of you and your partner, of you and your family, of you and your community, friends, so on, your tribe. That's the thing that will get you to the next level. We are highly encouraged to connect now and to unite and to, to connect our minds. Each person bringing their best knowledge to the table and creating. 10 of Cups, Ace of Swords after the Lovers. Wow. So some of you are in a very loving relationship, and this is confirmation that this is the real thing. And if you're not, let's say if you're single, first of all, cut situationships immediately. If you're in a situationship where you don't know how the person feels about you, and you don't know if you want them, you're just passing time, you just don't want to be alone, and blah, 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 you don't want to hurt them, they don't want to hurt you, and you don't know, and you're not sure. Fuck it. You do not have time for this. You do not have time for this. This is ride or die, make it or break it, all in. Let's kind of roll the worlds together kind of thing. This is, so if you're not partnered, if you want this, what I've just described, you have to show your own spirit and to the universe that this is what you want and this is what you're making room for. Do not have options. Do not accept being an option. Don't be in a situationship. Don't be in a bad, gunky relationship that isn't getting anywhere. Cut that shit immediately, because something big wants to come in, and it will come in when it will have room. When you make that choice. The Lovers speaks of choice of love. And often in readings, we can take it to the mundane 3D level of like, oh, needing to choose between two people. No, it's needing to choose between love and not love. It's inside. It's how you walk. It's walking the path of the heart. It's very shamanic. You can't make a purple painting by using the color red. You gotta use the color purple. You have the vision and the ideal of undying love. Act accordingly. Don't accept any less. Now, don't be a cray-cray. If you're going on a first date, obviously it's something that needs to be built, right? And getting to know one another and leaving room for magic and things for things to happen naturally. I'm talking about the mindset, okay? I'm not talking like the second you meet someone, it's like immediately, okay, are you marrying me or not? No, that's cray-cray, and no, not healthy. Hold on, don't misunderstand me. I mean that coming into something new or existing with that mindset, and then if you see that, and then every step at a time, one step at a time, right? If this next step kind of feels really, really good, and both people are in the same mindset, okay, taking the next step, and so on. But if at any point you feel like the other person is just not wanting the same things you want, generally, don't have the same vision, then what are you doing? Do you know what you want, Jemmy? Because I know what I want. I know the worlds I want to build. And for that, I need a partner in crime. No time for bullshit. It's fucking boring. I have a grand purpose. How can I spend my energy and time on BS? If that's what you want, act accordingly. Don't accept less. Because it's right here on the table, Gemini. That's the thing. It's right here on the table. So you either have it, or you're about to have it, or you don't have anything, and in order for you to have it, you got to first pluck out that which holds you back from it. Timelines are collapsing. Time is changing. Things, the days just run faster. Time is moving faster. It's almost like the Newtonian laws of physics are changing, transforming. Catch up. Who is this person for Gemini? Show me more for Gemini. The Tower. For some of you, it will require breaking down a system that was holding you back. Making a decision that might be uncomfortable, that breaks out of the illusion of stability. The Tower is the illusion of stability, but it's like the Pisa Tower in Italy. It was built on wrong foundations. And since then, it's been growing crooked. No matter how much you tried to clean the floors and put on new curtains, the ground was always crooked because the foundations were off, so it was constantly crooked. And now it collapses. If you don't hear it in the whisper, you hear it in the shout. The universe steps in for you, possibly. If you make the decision, the best decision for yourself, it won't be as dramatic. But if you don't, there might be a tower moment. Truth is coming out. Come back to this reading end of July. Possibly after the 16th. Between the 16th and the 19th. Because maybe it's something you're not feeling right now. Yet. Now, for some of you, this just adds up to the sexual tension and to the sexual energy that you're going to tap into, your kundalini, right? There's some really strong orgasm kundalini vibes here. That's great. That's for some of you. For some of you, it will be just truth bomb. One massive truth bomb. There will come a moment of make it or break it. If it's your boo, then you'll ride. If it's not, then die. No one kills anyone, please. Now, this doesn't have to be an exterior event. This could be a realization, a sudden eureka moment of like, I'm in the wrong place, or I'm in the perfect place. Let's take it further. You know, I have a lot of people watching you, Gemini, so I can't say for sure this or that. But it's intense. It's decisive. It will be acted upon, the idea of what love is for you and what it is that you want. It's a very important time right now. June through August is when you determine your future and how it will look like. Wonderful reading. Show me more, please, for Gemini. We're already 33 minutes in, but okay. I will do extra bonus content for the quarterfinals and the semifinals and the finals as gratitude and as reminders to vote. So if you want to be part of the energy of those bonus readings, make sure to vote every day. I will also go live and answer tarot readings for those of you who are voting. So it's fun. I'm going to make it fun. I want us to have fun. I want us to work together and be a tribe, a community that manifests this. Let this be practicing manifestation. Now we're doing this for the Existential Shift and for me. Yes, thank you. But then your muscle will be so trained and strong, and it will just be easy for you to do it for yourself and whatever goals you have. I want to inspire you to also chase your goals as you help me chase mine. Thank you and you're welcome. Show me more for Gemini for July. Oh, I'm sitting on the floor. I'm more comfortable like that, but then sometimes my feet get, they fall asleep. What else can you tell me for Gemini, please, for July, for my beautiful Geminis? Yes, it could be different placements or intuitively guided. If you feel like this really speaks to you, you don't have to be a Gemini sun for this to be yours. Maybe your moon is in Gemini, maybe your rising is in Gemini, maybe your Mars or your Venus is in Gemini. Maybe your Jupiter. I don't know. Maybe you have a stellium in Gemini. Either way, maybe you have no idea and you just stumbled upon astrology and tarot and you have no clue. Does it speak to you? Is this wisdom that hits you in the stomach and makes you want to go in flames? Then yeah, it's yours. We're also doing animal spirit after this, and there's also an extended for love. So we will look deeper into this love story. Judgment and Queen of Pentacles. I have a lot of queens on the table. For some of you, it means that you're either making room for your person to be with someone else, or there's a different woman that is making room for you to be with your person. That's for very few of you, because it's something that is happening to everyone right now, not just Geminis. Wrong relationships and bullshit situationships break down to make room for the real thing. Okay, so it's just like this bridge of like endings and beginnings and making room for others. And if you feel like you're taken out of the equation, it's not just for the benefit of other two people. It's also for the benefit of you to make room for your person to come in. Okay, the pieces of the puzzle are rearranged in order for true couples to kind of find each other. It's a good thing. Queen of Pentacles with Judgment. Oh, it's actually like this. And right after the Tower, massive realizations. Ace of Swords, massive realization. Maybe it will come to you through a friend. This Queen of Pentacles here. Through a good feminine friend. We have her right underneath the Two of Cups. So this could be an ally. Maybe you will be tapping into this earthy feminine energy of yours. And that will bring you the realization that you need. This can also be, again, your femininity rising within you. Again, you don't need to be a woman. You can be a man. We all have yin and yang. We all have masculine and feminine. It's the ancient wisdom of creation. It's the craft of the wise one, aka witchcraft. Yeah, witchcraft means the craft of the wise one. Witch comes from the word witcha, which means wise woman or wise man. Watch my 13th element. I'm not a feminist, I'm a goddess. It's on my 13th element playlist. You might like it. Anyway, sorry. Some of you might be leaving a job to open up your own business that is based on your creativity and what you want. For those of you who are working with women, it's an even stronger confirmation. And you're just willing to break down a system that was serving you for a while but no longer is. You're realizing it's just choking you and not suffocating you and not uplifting you. You just want to be free. Some of you really want to be free to do your job. Maybe you want to work from home, have your own business, teach, write, whatever. Go for it. But it will require breaking something down. Again, and this is the shout, that if you don't hear it in the whisper, you'll hear it in the shout. If you don't quit that rotten thing, you might get fired. And then if you are getting fired from something that you've been thinking about leaving for a long time this month, remember this conversation. It's a blessing. Say, thank you, universe, for doing what I couldn't do for myself. I'm on it. One more card before we move on to the animal spirit. Four of Swords that came right on the Tower. Someone might ask you to wait. Maybe it's a boss of a job that you want to leave. Maybe it's a partner that you want to leave. Maybe it's a homeowner of an apartment that you want to leave. All of those things. It can apply to anything that is relevant to you, Gem. But you're waking up, you're realizing what you want to do, but there's a certain need to wait. I feel like someone is asking that of you. Now, I can't tell you what to do, and I won't. It's up to you. But I'm just bringing it forth that it's something that might present itself as a can you please hold on kind of thing. What's the advice for Gemini on how to deal with this? Again, I will continue this in the extended and in a more focused, love-focused reading. It's called a double pentagram. It's a look into you and your person of interest. It shows really deeper into what you're going through and what they're going through and how it all connects. Okay? But any clarification for this Four of Swords, please? Eight of Swords in the reverse. You want to liberate yourself from something, and the recommendation is to liberate yourself from it. If you know what you want to liberate yourself from, don't let any convincing or coercion or request to remain stuck to hold you back. Now again, this is if you know. I'm not saying if you want to stay or you're feeling great where you're at. If you're with your person, if you're with your project, and if you're with your tribe, not your message. But if you feel like you have to change something and you know what you want to do, you know what you need to do, you will encounter resistance and an attempt to wait, no. You will not be doing them any favors by enabling them to be stuck. Crosswatcher, maybe you're dealing with a Gemini that is like that. You can reverse the roles. The Gemini doesn't want to be locked anymore. This is strong liberation from imprisonment of some sort. Imprisonment of the mind, maybe physical imprisonment, any sort of imprisonment. You're like breaking out of a system that was making you feel suffocated, and you're just going your own way, and it's amazing. Wow, this is a long reading, and I was like, I should do shorter readings. The universe is like, no, you should keep making them long. Okay. Okay, messages from the animal spirit for my amazing, beautiful Geminis, please. The buffalo and the dragon keep coming up. So yeah, guys, link is below to vote, to cast your daily vote. Thank you once again. This is a long game. It's a marathon. Cobra and starfish. Could it be any different energies? This is so funny. Okay, I'll ask clarifications, but before we go into the animal spirit, yeah, it's a marathon. It's a long game. It's press of a button is easier than a text. It's really super easy. If you don't want to, if you have an issue with the fact that it's asking you to sign up for Facebook, they're just making sure that you're a real person and to prevent fraud and robot type of votes. It doesn't spam you, and it doesn't steal your energy. Doesn't take your information, and so on. Yeah, that was weird. I hope no one is stealing your energy. And yeah, that's basically it. I think I've said it all, right? Oh, there's something else I'm supposed to say. Okay. Something threw me off completely right now. That's so interesting. And I'm processing it to give you the message. Okay, this is a channeled message for very specific Geminis out there. You'll know if it's yours. If it's not yours, just let it go. I'm picking up on succubus energy. Could be female or male. And this kind of connects to the sexual energy that we've seen earlier. Someone is somehow using your energy or taking your energy. They might be doing it on purpose. They might not be doing it on purpose. There's a lot of energy leeches out there that don't know that they do that. So-called, not real, so-called empaths that are actually covert narcissists, and they just suck your energy and life force out of you. Watch, okay, some of you need to watch my 13th element. A narcissist is an empath who had enough. Empath versus narcissist, the triggering truth. I say things there that you don't normally hear or read about narcissism and empath, that scale. So there's something there for you that is important for you to hear. Make sure you reserve your energy and you exert it with people that you trust. That includes what you tell to people about your life, about what's going on for you. Maybe if you're doing something or working on something or succeeding in something, at least until it has like really strong hold in reality, don't talk about it yet, right? Like until you sign the contract, wait with talking about it. Not because it won't succeed, but because the energy is kind of flying around, and then when people know about it, they just naturally grab it in to their mind, and they think about it and they process it. It's not like they intend on taking it, but people who have very good giving energy won't do it. But people who have very needy, possibly jealous energy, without cognitively deciding or wanting to do that, they'll just, I want it, it's mine. And then it weakens it. People do witchcraft without knowing that they do witchcraft. Dark witchcraft, I'm sorry. They work with energies. We work with energy. So be cautious with your energy. That's all I'm saying. That's it. Something about an agent and a talent, or a manager and a talent, someone who guides a creative in some way, shape, or form is coming up. You can be the cobra, you can be the starfish. But throughout the month, you might have the opportunity to either work with someone on their craft and getting them to the next level, or have someone work with you on your craft and getting you to the next level. Kind of deepening your abilities that on the surface are really great and there's a lot of potential, but it needs more depth and essence and like going deeper, right? So kind of attacking the deeper layers of your talent or of your craft and of your skill in order to teach you how to work with them better. Maybe you're doing that for others, maybe someone is doing that for you. So this is pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, this is endless. I'll see you in a second in your extended. Thank you for voting. I love you guys. You're awesome. Oh, subscribe if you're new. Press the bell button.